This is Dr. Tanya Merriweather Gibson Miller, and I am so elated to be sharing with you. Uh, Iffy and I, we came on together and we did. I'm trying to wait and see if I see Iffy on here. I invited her to come on the show with me. Let me do this again. I'm learning. Okay, and so I'm adding Iffy. There we are. Iffy is joining now. Yes, I'm so excited that we're in our group now. We're in our Purpose Women's group, and we were talking about time management today. And I wanted them to have the opportunity to really hear the things that we were talking about in time management versus, just me. They only really got to just hear a lot of me, but I wanted them to be able to hear you as well. Iffy and I are the co-founders of this group here on Facebook together, as well as on Instagram. And so we will try to share information with you that will help you to live a better life as well as to be productive in the things that you're doing while we are reaching out to other women around the world to empower them. Iffy, would you like to say some things?
Yes. I would say welcome to every one of you. And Dr. T, thank you so much for allowing me work with you and do things for women all over the world, encourage women, empower women. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And we're talking about time management today. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you in this group. We are members. I see at times there are likes, there are times there are comments. But one thing we have to do henceforth is that we need to get more interactive. Please, whenever you say a post, please leave a comment, and let's just keep talking to each other because we are planning, greater and bigger things on this platform. And we are talking about time management, and time is so important. First of all, time itself is a gift. It's one of the most important gifts given to us by God.
Mm-hmm.
Time at times in on earth, it could be limited. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember part 4, I said one of the ways to empower ourselves is when we have control and charge over our time. That
Mm-hmm.
is when we feel strengthened. That's when we feel empowered. When we feel that we're not just doing so many things for different people and then we don't have time for ourselves. We don't have time for meditation. We don't have time to do things that we need to do to improve ourselves. We don't have time for our career. We don't have the extra time to push our businesses forward. But it seems as if we are torn in between so many things. We are multitasking,
Yes.
and yes to every opportunity, saying yes to everything. We need to put things together. We need to set things in order in our lives. And I'm happy we're doing this. It's just like six weeks into 2022, into the new year. So we still have time, to adjust. Just a little
Mm-hmm.
adjustment. Earlier, when we were live on the other platform, we are talking about routines. Routines
Mm-hmm.
is so important. It might just be a little thing, just an extra hour of you waking up earlier, and that will just
Mm-hmm.
make a difference. Because with that, we've woken up earlier than your kids, woken up
Yeah.
earlier than your husband, so you have your 90 minutes, 1 hour quiet time
Uh-huh.
to do the single most important thing that in 3 months, 90 days, 6 months, or before the end of the year, 9 months, you are seeing clear results. If
Yeah.
you want to grow a YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers or more than that,
Mm-hmm.
if that early, that morning routine, after you've done your meditation, you're done your exercises, then the remaining 20 minutes, how productive are you going to get with that? How
Mm-hmm.
many links can you send? How many emails can you send with your leads? People who you hope to make clients. So when
Mm-hmm.
they wake up in the morning, they are already seeing your new product, they are seeing your new service. And then in the day, they can now make a decision whether to buy from you, whether to do business with you because you started early. The
Mm-hmm.
other competitor might want to send an email later in the day. but he has seen your email first. So he's more likely to do business with you because he has seen your email first. So that's what we are talking about: time management, planning ahead. And if you're watching, I can see some people, some of our members are joining in. Beautiful
Yes.
couples women are joining in. Please
Mm-hmm.
just let's make it interactive. Tell us your routine. If you're a morning person or an evening person, or what decision are you making? Are you going to make, and to be consistent when it comes to time management? And we were talking earlier about starting easy. Don't put in so many things on your to-do list. Like, we could start working from today. We don't need to procrastinate. So you could grab a pen or paper, or take your notepad or whatever, and just make a list for what you need to do tomorrow. Um, do you need to do groceries? Do you need to do laundry? What do you need to do? Do you need to how many have you started your exercise routine or your fitness routine? Do you need to go to the gym, or would you do it at home? Do you need to start dieting? Do you need to buy the ingredients, the vegetables, or do you need to order it in? What do you need to do? Just put it down. At least write the 6 most important things you have to do tomorrow. This is almost like a mini masterclass now. So if you're watching or you'd watch later, just grab a pen, a paper, or your phone, wherever you can write it. Just write the 6 most important things you have to do tomorrow, and put it in order of priority.
Yes.
Put it in order of priority. And what we've been saying in previous episodes is that starting from the inside out. So our priorities should be from the inside out. You don't need to say you want to help 100 people, and instead of it to be on number 5, is on number 1. So you have to energize yourself first, and then you can know, by helping 100 people, by the time you get there, you have something to give to the 10 people, to the 50 people. So you need to work on yourself first. That should be your priority first. And then you have at least 6 things to do for the day. Yes, we have enough hours, as the same 24 hours. The people we look up to, mentors, the billionaires, we have the same thing, but it's just the priority. And something I learned recently as I was researching and listening, for this, is that most of the award winners and excellent business people we have here, they make use of the moments. Say, for instance, you are sitting somewhere, you are waiting to be attended to. Perhaps you're in a salon and you get there, it's there are a lot of clients, a lot of customers that are making their nails, and they say, oh, please kindly sit there, have a cup of tea. In 20 minutes, I would attend to you. What can you do in that 20 minutes? Perhaps making your hair for the day is on number 3. And then number 4 is calling 5 clients. So while you are waiting to be attended to complete number 3 on the list, why can't you work on at least 50% of number 4 on the list? So it means that you're making use of every moment. The waiting time, you can also use the waiting time for your affirmations. You can use the waiting time to talk to someone else who is probably making her nails and say, I produce this, this is the service I do, I do homeschooling. And then you'll be surprised, he has a kid that really needs to do well in maths, that really needs to do well in sciences. And then with that, you have a new client already. So how well do we make use of the moments, the little minutes that we have in between? So when we talk about time management, we could have a broad schedule and things like that. But how do we make use of the little moments? Like perhaps number 5 on the list will be picking up my kids from school by 1 p.m. But maybe by 1 p.m. they are still doing some recitals or rehearsals, and you are told to just hold on 30 more minutes. What are you going to do with 30 more minutes? Because perhaps number 6 on the list, you have to complete number 6 on the list when you get home. So while you're waiting, how effectively can you make use of that extra 10 minutes you have to wait outside in the car before your kids get into the car? So these are things we need to, really think on and work on, and see that we make use of, like in like Bible will say, redeeming the time every single minute. You know, we are using it effectively. You can use your affirmations. You could say good things about yourself. You could say, I'm doing well, I'm successful. All my clients, I'm doing my clients love the products I'm proposing to them. You know, you could say things, your fitness affirmations, like a recent post I put, you know, I have the perfect body shape. I love my body. I have a beautiful family. You know, these are things you do, and that you are energized from the inside. Then you have much more to give to people around you.
I agree with you. On today, we shared with everyone, but we wanted to make sure that we came into the group because we were scheduling this specifically for our group on today. I just wanted to hit a few points before we close out with you all. Exciting news. We are launching the Women Empowerment Network here, you guys, and you will be able to go out to Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and you can add, you know, they say add a channel. You can add LB Network, and you'll be able to see the Women Empowerment Network 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm so excited about this. I have to tell you, when I started with a television network 3 years ago, Iffy, I didn't even know how it would pan out. I learned so much going along, but it was a thing of faith that I stepped out on faith, and I did it. And I said, you know, you can do this. Oprah has always been someone that was inspiring to me in the area of working in communications and things like that, because I do the magazines as well. And I write a lot. I'm a writer as well. And so I love to do things that bring people together, that are life changing. I want to do things with my life that help somebody, so that at the end of my life, I won't need for somebody to say, "Oh, you did this." I don't care about that. I want to be able to say that my living wasn't, like the song says, in vain, that I helped people as I went along. This network, this Purpose Women's Empowerment Group, we're going to have Sister Jane Betty to come on sometime next month with us. She's a member as well from BC, Kenya, and she's going to share with us. They're doing so many things of teaching them how to make soap, you know, ways that they can have a source of income for themselves, empowering young women. And so I'm excited, you know, that we're going to get to talk with her. Today we talked about time management. A lot of times we feel so stressed, a lot of us, when we don't have a schedule, when we're going into our day. And so it's so important, as Iffy was saying, that we manage our day. Here's the thing, you have to find out what works best for you, and then you have to stick to that routine. I was sharing with Iffy that I started to get up earlier. I used to get up like at 7:30, but I started getting up at like 5:30. And so it feels like I have 4 or 5 more extra hours or something in the day because I'm getting up earlier. Some of the things that helped me that I was sharing today, and I'm going to say them right quickly. I learned to delegate tasks, to prioritize my work, to create my schedule, set deadlines for the things that I'm doing, because a lot of times I had so many open-ended things, it was just stacking up. Overcome procrastination. And listen, a lot of times when we think of procrastination, we think, oh, lazy or whatever. No, it's nothing to do with that. Sometimes you can get so overwhelmed because you have so many things to do and you don't know how you're going to get them completed. So a lot of times your body will just say, well, we're just going to stop, because you feel tired and overwhelmed. So being able to overcome that, one of the ways we said was taking a break. One of the ways we said was exercising, taking a minute to just call a friend, step away from what you're doing, and that'll kill some of that procrastination, avoiding stress. I used to, listen, if by the middle of the day, I would have a headache. Oh my goodness, who do I call first? I promised these people I would call them. It just stack. Starting early, taking regular breaks, learning to say no. That's a big thing for me, just learning to say no. You politely refuse to accept additional tasks. If you think you're already overloaded with work, doesn't matter how amazing it sounds, because you won't be able to do it. None of the amazement, none of that. And a lot of times you blow the opportunity because you're not able to dedicate to it what's needed. So you have to say no and step away and say, hey, is it possible that I can do this at another time? Look at your schedule, and you may be able to get it in at a later time. And then when you get clear about what's on your plate, you'll be more focused and you'll get more done in less time. When I sit down on Iffy and I stick to the schedule, some days I fool myself like I can wing it. I can't. But on the days when I stick to, I'm talking when I really, really am dedicated and I stick to my schedule, I get so much accomplished. I feel like at the end of the day, like I've won a, I don't know, triathlon or something. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I got it, all done. But it's because it can be so trying to get it done, but it also can be a thing of we'll get so that I can do it. I don't need the schedule. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be like, no, I'm handling it fine. Well, I'm here to tell you from experience. Hear me, people. You need your schedule. You need to get it together. You were talking about your husband and you were talking about schedules. My husband and I had been talking about schedules. It's so as well here this last week, and things that we were wanting to do so that we could be more productive, so that we could get more things accomplished. Looking at our family now, because he was single for a while, I was single for a while, and so like you stated, you become, well, you have all that self time, and then all of a sudden you don't have that self time, and so you're just like, well, wait a minute, I need my self time too. But it's a part of just learning how to prioritize and schedule your time. Yeah.
That's so true. We just need to prioritize it and then just work on it. And remember, you need to be clear on your goals. I think we talked about it in part 3 also. We need to be really, really clear on our goals. What do you want to achieve this year? That will help you with your scheduling, with your time management, and with your planning. It's really, really good that way. That's the best way to say, okay, this is what I would accomplish, and this is how it will happen. When you have clear goals. So the clear goals keep guiding you all through the year. It will help you with your timeline on when you have to achieve each, smaller goals. So, and it helps you to stay in line, stay in track. So, so it's not like, okay, there's something new that just came up, and then you start going after that new thing, and then leave out what you said you would achieve in January. It doesn't work that way. So we need to stay focused, and we need to achieve things step by step, and then celebrate our little accomplishments. Let's say, for instance, you're working on your YouTube channel, you're hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers. When you get to 500 subscribers, please celebrate. Take yourself out if you can afford it. Sing, dance. If you can, at least that is easy, it's free. Singing and dancing is free. So in case you can't really take yourself out, when you get to 750 subscribers, let your subscribers know, let your social media fam know, let your neighbors know, let your families know that the work and the efforts you've been putting in, the extra 1 hour you have to wake up, earlier than every other person, is paying off, is showing, producing results. And what people say is that there are silent witnesses. People are watching you from afar quietly, and they are waiting to see your victory. They're waiting to see your testimony. So you need to be bold about celebrating your little accomplishments. It might seem little to you, but it might be huge to someone who has even started a YouTube channel and doesn't believe in themselves that they can even have 100 subscribers. But when they look at you and you're already celebrating 500, and then after 1 month, you are celebrating 750, and then in 6 months, perhaps before the end of the year, you are already celebrating 1,000 subscribers. You are going to energize a lot of people you might never meet, but people who are following you secretly, admiring you, and putting to work things. Like I went out yesterday. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and we had a special program. And I was so surprised when I walked into the hall. A lady, like a sister who I always see. I never knew that she follows me on she's one of my YouTube subscribers, and she was telling me, thank you for everything I've been learning from you. And I was like, wow, really? So that means there are a lot of people who are just, like watching quietly, looking at you quietly and learning from you. So it's so important that we celebrate our little accomplishments. Yeah.
I agree with you, and I've been just for those that are tuning in that are looking, and you may not be aware, Iffy is a actress there, a celebrated actress there in Nigeria. She is a content creator as well as she is a model, and she's a mom, a wife, all of that as well too, as a lot of us are that are on this purpose group. But she's out there showing that it can be done, that you can be that entrepreneur and still be the mother and the wife, and that you can achieve your life's goals and that goals and aspirations that you've set for yourself. So I'm just so thankful that you have partnered with me. Next month, we're going to bring part 6. We'll talk about what that'll be. I'm thinking, Iffy, I've been listening to you. I want to make sure that we get some kind of focus where you just talk about content, because we have so many people that are on here that are entrepreneurs as well. And we have some organizations that are heads that are on here as well, whereas we can help them as in what to put up on their Instagram site or what to say that will cause people to go to their sites, will help them to get more people to support their efforts. And then Iffy and I will begin sharing groups with you that we can help to empower, where we're really concerned about young ladies moving forward and things that they need in life, as well as mothers and children in different countries, where we can help them to be able. A lot of times people, we're taking the things that we have for granted. We're talking basic needs a lot of times. And then the difference there where you guys are in Africa and on the continent there is that the children have to pay school fees. There's a lot of school fees, and there's a lot of stuff for uniforms. I wasn't aware of that until I started working with other groups from Africa. And one of the things that Sister Betty from BC Kenya said is that the kids have to pay their school fees and things. And I was like, wow. And so we take that for granted here, that we're going to school and they have a lot of exams to get into school, a lot of stuff. And so we're going to just cover those different countries. And I feel so blessed that God allowed us to encounter each other, and where we can work together to help some people achieve their goals and aspirations. Our friend Alfredo Zapata, Coach Zapata, he's 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can see him on the LB network, on the Global Enterprise station, as he is talking about things that help us from the inside out. I was so moved by the challenge that you all did, so that you will know that I decided to take on the challenge. I did like the rush thing where you go through and you skim. I cheated. I got Coach Zapata to tell me the stuff I should be doing. Anyway, and so I've been doing those things. And I have to tell you all, my birthday's coming up at the end of this month, and there's some goals that I wanted to reach. And, I'm on track to reaching those goals. I've given myself a year to get to the size I want to be. A lot of times we're unrealistic because the weight and stuff didn't come on overnight. It came on over time. And I wanted to give myself a chance to get to where it is I'd like to be. And I tell you, it's been great. I've been getting free, don't be jealous of me. I've been getting free coaching lessons from, Alfredo. Before he goes on the film, I always go into the studio to make sure I get to talk to him. And he gives me all of these things. And one of the main things, and I like that you said today, from the inside out, it calls me to really think about from the inside out, what are some of the things that affirm me? You were talking about affirmations. And it's funny when you start writing them down, a lot of times we're not very affirming to ourselves. And so, say I can do it. I got it done. I accomplished this, that was amazing. So yeah, I just appreciate that. And so that you will know if he has a beautiful little son. And I love hearing him. There, my dad, Iffy, before he passed away, God rest his soul, he was a pastor and he pastored a large congregation. He said it's always a blessing to hear children because
Yeah.
you know that life is going on when you hear children. And so I'm one of those people that's always inspired when I hear children and happy for hearing the children. So I am excited about that, and I thank God for you partnering with me. So is there anything else we'd like to share before we close out? Oh, tell them about the makeup, the master class makeup.
Yeah, something huge is coming, and I want you to get ready. I want you to get ready. It's the makeup masterclass, and it's coming up on February 25th, and with Dr. T, with me, and then a special guest. Her name is Annie Okoye. Annie Okoye she's in Nigerian, and she's a young entrepreneur. She's a lady I've been mentoring, and she's already doing well in both makeup, in beauty, in modeling. So there's a lot for us to learn when it comes to makeup. Doing the do-it-yourself DIY makeup, your daily makeup, makeup for your cocktails, outings, dinner, whatever, whatever events you are going for, you are going to learn something when it comes to makeup and skincare. So keep it a date with us. It's on February 25th, and you can check out the flyer and
They
confirming
said
the
90.
time. Yes, because in Nigeria, it's yes, CST and then GMT +1. So just confirm the time. Yeah, and also the fitness challenge with Alfredo Zapata is still on. So please, you could always look out for Alfredo. Yeah, for more
Can you put a
details.
link in there maybe when you get a chance of how they can connect with the
Yes,
fitness?
I will. I
Because
will.
telling them I'm going to do that and I'm not, I feel awful when I don't. And so, because he's been such an inspiration, such a blessing to the network.
Yes.
And he comes on and he shares. And so just so excited about all those things. I know that the best is still yet to come. There's so many things. Years from now, we'll look back at me and say, oh my, you remember when we came on and this and that. And so I feel so inspired and so encouraged that we are continuing on. We're going to start reading Michelle Obama's book, everybody. We're going to put the link on, you can buy it. Some people will do it audio, I'm sure. And I think the best way would probably do it chapter by chapter, but we're going to do that with you. And we're so excited about that. That's coming. And then the main thing that we're saying, the Women's Empowerment Network. Oh, I can't tell you, every network. I'm so excited about that. I'll be able to share so many things that we're doing with the world. When I tell you that I stepped out on faith, I didn't even know how I was going to pay for a network because because there's licensing fees, there's all kind of things when you take on a television network. It's not the same thing as when you go and you do the YouTube channel or those kind. No, you get into so many other licensing fees and different things. And I was like, oh my goodness, Lord, am I stepping out above my head? And my daughter, I got to tell you, my daughter Nakia, she was sitting there and I was taking a class. The people, it's like it was for me, Iffy. They were waiving every fee that it took to launch the network. All I had to do was pay this small setup fee, but all the other fees, the license, they were waiving all those fees. And I was like, what in the world? And at that moment, I told the guy, I said, well, I can do it on Friday. I was saying that's when I get my money. And my daughter was sitting there, a college student now, sitting there. And he said, well, all it takes today is, it's your $350 that you need to give me today. And I'm going, no, I can't do it till Friday. We know when we get. I said, I won't have my money till Friday. And my daughter says, $350? Mom, I can do that. And I was so amazed that that she did that, but she did that for me, and that was the beginning of since that time it's been way more than that, but still that she had that faith in me to say, Mom, you know what, Mom, I'll do it today. And when I got my money, I said, well, let me just pay you back, you know. I said, and she said, no, Mom, that was my gift to you. Because it
Wow.
was during my birthday month to you, because I
Wow.
believe in the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So that was an amazing thing. I wish it was still $350 a month, but now it's none of that. Believe me. Sometimes when the bill comes, I go, "Oh my Lord!" But each and every month, I have to tell you, somehow God makes a way for that, and I think it's meant for me to help the people in the world, to bring a
Yeah.
face, to share
Yeah.
their story.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I do. So once again, thank you, Iffy. We're looking
Yeah.
forward to the 25th. You and I will be talking. We usually talk through the week, so we need to talk about what the part 6 will be and all of that.
Yes.
And I think, Iffy, I'm going to load this one onto the television network because it's clearer, so that we'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
able to clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that. So until next time, is there something you want to say? I want to say you guys be blessed, Iffy.
Yes, yes. So God bless you. And remember, we are still declaring favor. Please check
Mm-hmm.
the post on
Yes, I have.
February. We're declaring favor. You just heard Dr. Steve's testimony on favor. You could have a lot of fees waived for you. You know
Mm-hmm.
what God did for Dr. T, God can
Mm-hmm.
also do for you. But you just need to be conscious. You just need to be aware that the favor of God can work for you. So just go through all our posts on declaring favor in
Mm-hmm.
February 2022 and feel free to ask your questions or share your testimonies. Certainly before the end of February, maybe when we are celebrating Dr. T's birthday, we'll have
February 28th, the 28th, the last day of the month is my birthday.
yes, yes. We'll certainly have more testimonies on favor. Yes. So God bless you.
All righty. Goodbye. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Mhm.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.